Well, folks, we are here at Duff's Eastern Hills Mall with DJ Supreme, myself, Maniac, and a very, very special guest, the Wing King, Drew Surzit. King, thank you for joining us.
We're not at Bonton at Eastern Hills Mall. Where are we?
No, we're not at Bonton. We're not at Mrs. Fields. We're at Duff's in the Eastern Hills Mall, a hallmark, trademark, foundational location of wings in Buffalo. I would say the Kardashian of wings in Buffalo. You know, a name that's been around for a very long time. A lot of different opinions. But we're here to kind of put some of that to bed. Before we get into these delicious medium and barbecue wings, you got the viewer at home. Drum or flats?
Equal opportunist. When I say hashtag me too, it's me TWO. It's about the wings, flats, and the drumsticks. But when I'm in like a feisty mood, I like to go to the flats and have some fun and just strip them, break them, pull them. I go nuts, crazy. I got two bones to work, not just one.
The flats give you a little bit more variety. DJ Supreme, flats, drums. The viewers want to know, where do you land?
Flats, plain and simple. I like the fact they have more meat. They're more consistent. They're more even. I like to dump my blue cheese on them. I do eat the wings with cheese. And I
go in on these wings here.
Is that a question?
All right, let's go, boys. I'm going to go with the medium first. I'm going with flat.
I'm going drumstick.
All right, a little variety, sir. The sauce, it's like a lingering, it's got a couple of kicks. My guy's already done over there. The Wing King doesn't waste any time.
We're on our second bite.
All right. Spicy still lingering. That's the real sign of a true hot, right? That spice lingers.
I tried the barbecue first, and there are so many layers to this flavor, as you said, with the barbecue process. It's incredible.
And they all come together,
They're a team. That barbecue and that sweet flavor.
Mm-hmm.
They got to work in tandem, like John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Love it.
The different flavors are holding hands here for sure.
Right. Yeah, that was strong out the gate, as we say. I'm gonna switch up.
That's just an awesome traditional wing right there.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with a drum barbecue for my second piece.
Excuse me, King. Can I see that bucket over there?
Oh, yep. Let's get that again.
Take a shot.
Now, neither of us.
Oh, slam dunk.
I gotta say,
The next one.
neither of us dunked in blue cheese on the first round. I think the viewers are gonna be a little bit upset about that. But you know what? To each their own. I'm not a big blue cheese guy, and neither are you, King.
No, you gotta.
It wasn't ranch.
You don't put A1 steak sauce on a great steak.
How egregious is ranch, just as even a product?
I've never heard of it. What is that?
Yep. That's exactly what
Is
I
that
want to
where
hear.
Bonanza was filmed on the ranch?
Oh my gosh! This medium barbecue, kicking through that little heat with the sweet. Ooh, can't beat it.
The sauce caramelizes when you throw it back on the grill.
The heat keeps coming.
Yeah,
it comes in waves.
Yeah. That's a chicken right there.
Oh yeah, look at that great white meat. I mean, as easy as it is to say, I mean, obviously you love your crispiness, you love your sauciness, but you can't beat a great big bite of good white meat.
I warmed up with the spaghetti parm at lunch today, chef, just so you know. So I warmed up just for this.
King, if you shout out any more people, Trainwreck's gonna have to get a new sponsor.
Who is your sponsor?
Oh, I got fun. Westford.
Let's see them. Come on, let's read
We got Picasso's. We got Buffalo Credit Repair. We got Jumbo's Vodka.
Amherst Ale House.
Amherst Ale House. So we got the whole
some underrated
team.
wings over there.
Amherst Ale House. I got that. Is it a Crown Royal? What's their wing? It's barbecued. It's grilled. It's a Crown Royal. They won awards with it. I think it's a Crown Royal.
Oh, that's not
right.
something we see every day. It's Crown Royal.
That's John Bona out there. That does that wing.
John is not messing around.
It's
that's
the
one thing we know
one
about
of the
John.
best wings in Western New York.
Going back with a medium flat. One of the best. You're assembling like a top 25 on this game. Oh, good.
And the foul.
Okay.
Yes.
That one. No, because I had that wing about 10 years ago. It was really good. And that's before they started doing this kind of stuff. So where am I going back in? I got to do a drumstick.
Oh yeah.
Medium.
Now I don't know about you guys. I'm at my third. I'm ranging in a review here. I'm ranging in my 0 out of 100 scale. 0 being garbage off the ground, 100 being the gold standard.
Garbage off the ground. I've eaten those. Supposed to be 5-second rule.
Talk about just can't wait to be king. 5-second rule.
You know what's interesting about like a Duff's medium wing, and they say it here. You know, medium's hot, medium hot's very hot, and hot is very, very hot. Like, and I go to different places, and I truly believe your medium needs to have a notch up. Like the old days of medium, like there should be no mild. Mild should not be allowed. That's like
mild should be plain.
Yeah.
Mild should be plain, medium, hot.
Mild is for places like
like
Syracuse.
Yeah, that's
places
like
Flat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mild is totally a Rochester.
Mild
for
is
sure.
like chicken tenders at Tony's. Okay? So it's like, let's not even do mild. Let's go right to medium. And I like stepping up a notch on all these. You know, and if people can't take a little heat, then they have the roast beef.
Couldn't have said it better myself, King. This is tremendous, though. This is going to be a good one.
Hey, let's taste the blue cheese. Let's try a different kind of celery. What do you think?
I just dunked a little. Get after it, King.
You can almost tell in the visual that it's got opportunity here.
Yeah, because we can't.
You know why? Because that blue cheese has substance to it. It has a little personality. You can tell. Yep.
It's the Christy Brinkley of blue cheese.
Okay, that's an amazing reference right there. Christy Brinkley, shout
Got
out.
some body. Nice and done.
Okay. I'm going for number 5, and then I'm ready to lock it in. I've had two medium barbecue. I'm going back for 1 medium barbecue because they are that good.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, it's still and these have been out here about 5-10 minutes. So this sauce is the business.
This is like Foghorn Leghorn, full size. I mean, this is a big wing.
I said that is a good wing.
See, it's really good.
I'm going back for the barbecue one more time.
See those grill marks? Those are grill marks.
See, that's amazing.
That's what you want. You want to overdone just grill marks, caramelizes the sauce, brings the flavors together, and it creates the it.
The it.
Oof.
That's what it's all about.
Can't grill them for too long though. You burn through the
Well,
sugar.
that's a dangerous game in itself. They call it gone in 60 seconds. That flavor.
Mm-hmm. Got chicken wing shrapnel going on over here.
Oh my gosh, my wing was blowing up. You know, just like the Wing King brand as we near the 2019 Wing Festival. Woo. Joey Chestnut. I mean, he'll be there, right? You looking forward to seeing him again? Who's the most famous person you've met through Wings?
Yeah. The ones you can mention at camera. Okay, so little Matt Lauer reference.
Okay.
I did it a couple times.
True.
Bobby Flay, Emerald Lagasse. I love Duff Golden. Ace of Cake came out to the Wing Fest. Guy Fieri. I mean, he was great.
Oh yeah, FieriCon 2019.
Yeah, just
crazy.
Yeah, I did Today's Show a bunch of times, and they were great people. Al Roker's a great guy. You meet a lot of good people through food, and people love talking food. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Love talking food. Food's fun.
King, have you seen Step Brothers? I mean, this might be a rhetorical question.
No.
Really?
King, we gotta watch Step Brothers.
What's Step Brothers?
We gotta watch Step Brothers.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
I was gonna say, Derek should have been bragging about being like the king on the boat, not Bobby.
Yeah, not Bobby Flay. Definitely should have been bragging about the King.
What's Step Brothers? What kind of show is it?
Movie with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Did I miss that?
We got plenty of room for activities.
Yes. Come on, let's catch it.
The Catalina wine mixer.
We'll order some wings from Domino's, have them delivered. I just say that? No.
Oh, cut it.
Oh, jeez.
I'll tell you what we won't be cutting, though, and that's the review here. Gents, I'm ready to lay it in, but honors to the King first. 0 to 100. I know you got to play your King policy. This is a big lordship in the King realm. 0 to 100. These you can rate them. You can rate them separately.
No, you got to remember, I can't do this. It's just not fair.
Okay.
This is because I'm so neutral, but I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
For this order of wings right here.
Yes.
That's in the high 90s. Because to me, it's a standard. Because you got to remember the original sauce for wings was Frank's Red Hot butter, and these guys nailed it. And you know, it's a high 90s. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, it's a standard. That one, I got to give it the same. High 90s. You know, it's how do you not? You guys hate.
I mean, I'm not recoiling because these are some great wings, but I just want to clarify. So, out of 100 times you might have wings, those are going to be in the top 10 percentile, essentially. You're saying?
I don't know, but I would guess if they came out like this, they would.
Okay, I like the take. Supreme, are you ready to lock it in?
Of course.
We can eat.
Oh yeah, you're king.
Continue.
Nobody can stop you.
You tell us. I would have to say for the medium wings, give them a score of a 91. For the same rationale, Duff's has been known to have a few knocks on it in the past for having too much sauce.
True.
And I thought there was the perfect amount of sauce on the medium wings and the barbecue wings. Perfect amount of like crispiness. They weren't too soggy, weren't too you bite into them, they're too crispy. So I'm going 91 there, and I have to go with the 94 on the barbecue because I'm a barbecue guy. As I said, perfect amount of sauce, perfectly cooked, so many layers of flavor. As I said before, all holding hands. I mean, it was a great wing.
Okay, so we got high 90s on both. We got 91 and 94 respectively.
94, yes.
I'm in the same range as far as the differential. So I'm going to be a little tougher, but I want to say that these Duff's wings exceeded my expectations. These are both two great plates of wings that if you went out and you ordered wings, you would be highly satisfied with. I'm going to go 89 on the medium, and I'm going to go 92 on the barbecue. I'm a big barbecue guy, so I'm going to lean that way. The flavor on both was excellent, and I agree with the king. I mean, I think if you go out and 8 to 9 times out of 10, these will be better than the average wings you will get. Making Duff's famous wings here at the Eastern Hills Mall a great spot to stop by if you're looking for wings.
No, we have to mark these on the curve. You realize that?
What's that curve?
How long have they been sitting here?
Oh my gosh! Well,
It's
that's the whole
They've
other
been
thing.
sitting here for 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I already.
You're going to be into like a 105
I
with
already,
your curve.
I already marked them.
Be over 100. You're breaking our scale already,
I already
King?
marked them on the curve.
Okay. I did the same thing. I did the same thing. I agree.
Yeah.
For sure. Yes.
So I would imagine that these, like, once they first put them on the table.
Oh, when they were steaming, I think we were all steaming.
We were all looking at them and drooling. I mean, they looked incredible. They tasted even better. But Duff's is going to be a tough act to follow.
A big tough act to follow. Wing King Drew Cerza, thank you very much for joining us for episode 0 to get this quest started. I want to get one last cheers to Stone Cold Steve Austin here, if we might, and the Wing King. And last but not least, before we go off Wing King, actually second to last, do you bless this quest?
I do, and God bless you. I mean, really, because it's not an easy task.
It's not.
And I'm going to tell you something. You're going to create some action on social media.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right?
Yes, you're going to get slammed. You're going to get loved. You're going to please. You know what? Here's what happens.
Okay.
A third's going to love you. A third's going to hate you. And a third's going to love to watch the fight.
That's the Howard Stern effect, as they say.
And that's the beauty of these chicken wings, is everybody's got their own personal favorites. It's a very neighborhood territorial thing and a very personal thing, and everybody's got their homeboys. And you're going to disrupt it, but somebody's got to have the guts to do it. And I can't think of two better guys to do it than you two.
That's amazing.
And I salute you for having the courage to go out there and make the quest for the perfect wing.
Let's go. Folks, welcome back to another exciting, enthralling, blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. We're coming to you live from the Delaware Park Rose Garden. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host, DJ Supreme. How are we doing this week, Supreme?
Can't complain at all. It had some beautiful weather, but like I said, the one thing that's been holding me back all week is the fact that I'm down a chicken wing just right after we start doing the wing reviews.
I was going to say, nothing to complain about. You're like Jordan in the flu game right now. I thought that your wing-eating arm was going to be a little floppy, nowhere to go, but you're toughing through it, you're muscling through it, and we're ready to enjoy some wings from
Lennox Grill over on 140 North Street in Allentown. Mainstay of the Allentown community, is a former resident of that area, frequented the Lennox, and really like their wings.
Little bit of a cult following. You don't expect great wings out of a hotel, but alas, here we find them on the Buffalo Wing Trail, a staple of it that our king helped create. So we got to do it in his honor and obviously give them a review to start off here in season 1 of Buffalo Wing Review.
Absolutely, absolutely. And today we have the medium wings.
We got the medium, and just to be clear, because I know a lot of people were up in arms about the Duff's review. You know, Duff's obviously knew we were coming. This was a stealth order, okay? We ordered just a medium for pickup, no other type of awareness, so we'll be interesting to see where these stack up alongside our inaugural review.
Absolutely, and not to say that there was any foul play by Duff's.
Oh no, no foul play
over there, but we do want to keep the reviews ethical and honest as possible, at least from this point forward.
Let's face it, if your boss is watching over you in your cubicle, you're going to be a little bit more. You're going to do everything a little bit better quality than if you're just at your cubicle on a Friday ready to go. So you apply whatever curve you want, whether it was a stealth order or they knew we were coming. With that said, I think this review is ready to get started.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. A lot of flats in this order, so that's good for me. The first thing I'm noticing is that with these mediums, the sauce is kind of ingrained into the wing. You can see it. It's on there as a texture, but not quite a glaze effect that we were seeing in our earlier review.
Right. I'm seeing my wing is sort of half sauce, half not. And I picked up a drum, a little undersized. Not a big deal there as long as the flavor's there, but I'm gonna go for the dunk.
First bite, very crispy, exactly what you're looking for. You're in the wing game. The game is tipped off. Crispiness, and I'm getting that initial spice. It's not overwhelmingly hot, but it's kind of lingering. It's just hanging around there. It's got alligator blood, and you can't get rid of it, and that's what you're looking for in a good spicy medium.
Totally agree. Mine might not have been as crispy as yours. I wouldn't say it was soggy, but it wasn't as firm as yours might have been.
You like a little firmness, no matter what.
Oh, absolutely. One thing that I'm noticing right now, something that just dawned on me. Me being down a wing myself.
Yeah.
I had a pretty strong stance on being a flats guy last week with the Wing King, but now with this injury, I'm sort of reconsidering that. With 2 arms that work, definitely a flats guy. With only one, got to be a drums guy. It's so much easier to eat.
I think it's kind of similar to you see pitchers throughout their careers. They'll might lose a little velocity on their fastball, so they'll get a little bit craftier with the off speed, or maybe they'll pick a spot. This is what you're doing. You're adjusting your game like all the greats do.
Absolutely, and maybe you had a little bit too much fun in a charity kickball game. Maybe you just have a cold drink that you don't want to put down on a hot summer's day like today. Drums could be your choice then.
And before we line up this review, got to give a shout out to this Delaware Park Rose Garden. Absolutely scenic, great spot to come and just spend the day taking the sights. A lot of people host their weddings or parties here. And who can forget in 2016 during the Pokemon Go phenomenon when it was the top spot to get a Charmander, always coveted in that game.
Beautiful, beautiful times with Pokemon Go.
Oh man, I mean, and you're right though. One hand. It's a lot of people say it's easier to eat. I've become a one-hand flat guy. I mean, I think that when you get back in the game, you're just going to be even stronger with a one-hand flat.
Absolutely.
You get that, and people always say it's hard to dunk. No difficulty right there.
None at all.
All right, I'm closing in. I'm closing in.
I'm building up my confidence for the one-handed flat. I want straight drums this time. I think I'm ready to lock in my score.
Okay, lay it on us.
All right, well, for the Lennox Grill medium wings, going with an 84. As Maniac had said, the medium sauce, it wasn't too hot, and it lingered on. I like that because I don't like when things are just burning my entire mouth off. But they were a little bit soggy. Maybe it was the ones that I picked, luck of the draw type thing. Would have liked them to be a little crispier.
And again, pick up and taking it to a location, always different than eating it in restaurants, so you got to apply the curve there. Well done, Supreme. With that said, the first one I got was super crispy and had a great, spice to it. The other two were supremely lacking in that regard. So, Lennox Grill, I'm lining you up at a peerless price, 81 out of 100. Bill Buffalo season is right around the corner, Supreme. You gotta give me a cheers here.
Lost my drink.
That's a review, folks.
Cheers.
We'll see you soon.
Folks, I'm Supreme. I'm here with Maniac here in Allentown at Kleinhand's to review a staple of the Buffalo food community, a powerhouse from the west side. Maniac, tell them what we got today.
You might as well call him 50 Cent, because love him or hate him, you've got to respect him. We're talking about, of course, La Nova for episode 2 of Buffalo Wing Review.
Absolutely. I am very interested to see how these wings turn out, because with La Nova, when we placed the order for these wings, we found out that they let you customize the wings in all sorts of different ways. They let you do all drums, all flats, extra barbecue, extra blue cheese. They let you do everything pretty much. And we went with the medium crispy for these wings tonight, and they're looking good.
In addition to the it factor, which the king told us is a crucial factor of any good chicken wing, crispiness is another staple. So it's not that we want to ask it, because we want to be fair to all these places and we want to put them on an even pedestal. But if a place asks us, are you going to want it crispy? We're of course going to say yes.
100%. So that's exactly what we did. I'm ready to get into these.
I'm ready to start this review just like the Bills are starting training camp today, and I'm just as hungry to get going. So let's go, Supreme. I'm going to start with my trademark flat. I love it, and right away I'm seeing the sauce, a little bit of a glaze, a little bit more than a little bit of a tweener sauce, but looks like a meaty bite. I'm ready to go.
I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this one. Look at this.
That's a
look at this thing.
That's an outlier, as they say.
Definitely an outlier.
But like we say, just one wing don't mean a thing. Great crispy bite on the first one. I can feel the snap of the wing. Very good crunchiness. Another good bite.
Even though I have no clue what's going on with the shape of this wing, there's a ton of meat on this thing.
Oh yeah, well you can't go wrong. You get a lot of good meat and crispiness, no doubt about it.
We might be here for a while.
Oh yeah, might eat this whole box. Sauce, hot at first and then lingers. You got to get that lingering. That's another good thing that I'm seeing a lot from these mediums, and these are only mediums, of course. These aren't even hot. That lingering spice that kind of lasts on you, it wears on you. It's got it.
I'm thinking that for a medium sauce, this is leaving me wanting for a little more out of the wings. I mean, it's the sauce. It's an interesting consistency. It's almost not a sauce. It's as if most of the sauce sunk into the wing in transport.
Okay, that's a fair take. Yeah, because it's an overall dry effect, I guess.
I'm still feeling the effects. By the way, my wing here is a little sore, so I'm going for the one hand flat right here. Seeing if we can make something happen.
Glad to see you've been working with the trainers, though, looking to get off the IR. Heavy dip there, heavy dip. And by the way, can I get a shout out to the coalition? I'm, of course, talking about the Buffalo Wing Coalition, because we know one thing and one thing only. Ranch is for salads. Keep up the great work, crew. Oh my gosh. I'm crushing this wing like McDermott crushes flies when he claps. Oh, this is gonna be a contender.
I'm crushing this wing like Jerry Hughes is gonna be crushing your quarterback this upcoming Bills season.
Alright. I'm too deep. With the extra crispy, I gotta tell you, I'm closing in here. I'm closing in. Oh, another crispy bite.
Tell you what, the one-handed approach, I think I got it done, but I also think I'm wearing it too.
Okay. Well, sometimes you gotta wear it. Sometimes wearing it is a good sign of a good wing. I'll tell you what, I can't get enough of this. It's like an even Stevens marathon.
I also wanted to highlight the fact that there was just about as much celery in this box as there were wings.
I'm gonna appreciate the pass on the carrots. I'm not a huge carrots guy. Hate to say it. I'll go celery all day. Shout out Buffalo Bisons.
Our celery, 1 and $4.49.
All right, Supreme. What do you got for me on a review? Lay it on me.
Well, for the review, the first wing that I ate was atypical, to say the least. The sauce on the first wing was a little less than the second. I'm going to go with a 78 on these wings because I was actually expecting them to be a little bit crispier, and I was expecting a little more temperature out of these wings, given the fact that they were medium. Thought they were a little bit weak.
Okay. Well, hey, this was like Cinemax to me. I got that lingering spice. I got that crunchiness I wanted. In the end, I was very satisfied. I am going to go with the Chris Kelsey, 90 out of 100. Let's go. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the Nova.
You're loving the Nova.
Have you ever seen
the double? Look at that recovery.
That's a review. Good wings now. We are at the apex of the city here, Swan in Washington. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host DJ Supreme. Two very big time, had to book them way in advance guests, and I don't mean to make a soap opera out of it, but we're hoping they'll be the guiding light as the wing world turns here. Del Reed and Nikki26 from 26 Shirts, they're in the building. Folks, how are we doing today?
That's good.
Awesome. Right now, with that said, all of his words that you just gave to me, how pumped are you to be on Buffalo Wing Review?
You have no idea. I mean, wings are iconic to Buffalo. Buffalo's an iconic city. You put two together, we're going to talk about it. Love it.
Nothing's better than a free wing, too. Like,
Can't beat that.
Can't beat a free wing. No, Nick, you've asked this this question to the Wing King. Now we're going to ask you, what makes for the perfect wing, in your opinion?
It's got to have substance to it. It's got to have a little bit of crispiness, and obviously the flavor has to be there in terms of the sauce and the butter to heat ratio.
yeah, then it needs to be, it can't be too big, but then it also has to be crispy and saucy at the same time, I think is the hardest part.
You're not a fan of those pterodactyl wings.
No, I think, because then it's hard to get those cooked right and crispy at the same time.
Our fans are comforted at home. Now they know size doesn't matter when it comes to wings, so that's fine. I got to call you out on a little something here, though. Crispiness, flavor, you said you like your wing, but then substance. So what makes up substance in a great wing?
I don't think there's such a thing as too big of a chicken.
Okay.
So I'll disagree with you there. I don't want some little... I need to have a good size chicken.
Okay.
Well, growth hormone, whatever it is it takes to grow those wings, it's like...
And whether it's the size of the order, you want a single, double, or triple, you want a home run, which is, again, why we're here at Swan in Washington, right outside of Salem Field, home of the Buffalo Bisons. We've got our team starting up. You got any exclusives on 26 Shirts, anything that the fans can look forward to coming up in these next couple weeks?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to talk about the design, but the model for our next shirt that comes out on Monday is modeled by a former Buffalo beat reporter who is also a fan favorite. I think people are really going to like it.
Wow. Can't wait to see it at 26 Shirt.
Former.
Oh, okay, former. Okay. Well, you know, we all have our ways of looking former, later, whatever you call it. Let's call the whole thing off. With that said, I think we're getting down and dirty. I think it's about time to lay into these wings from Union Pub here on Swan Street, right across from the stadium. And right away, the biggest thing you take away when you see this place, best wings in Buffalo on the sign. You guys saw it. What was your reaction when you saw that?
It's a bold statement.
Yeah, I kind of want to run in there like, Elf. What's his name?
Buddy.
Buddy
the Elf.
Buddy the Elf.
Congratulations, you did it. I don't know, we'll see. It takes a lot of guts to put that on the side of your building.
It will be, especially in the heart of Buffalo. So we're going for the unboxing. Here we go. Okay, so right away, I'm noticing, not a ton of sauce there on the medium, but you are seeing a light glaze overall here on these wings. And the thing we noticed when we got them was this aroma was coming right out of the box, right? So, all right, gents, I think it's time to dig in here and start going for the review. I don't know what's going on with that one wing.
Right.
Flat guys.
Team flat.
Okay, flat guys, and we were going to tell this, flats or drums for you guys? Team flats, you're saying?
Flat, yeah.
I mean, I think the logic's pretty clear. I mean, 2 bones, you get twice as much flavor. The flavor is off the bone, right? So 2 bones, you're always looking there. I'm going to go with the drum, an interesting looking one, and Union Street Pub. Here we go, boys. Cheers. My first swing's got a light crispiness to it, just enough to let you know it's there, but just enough to let you know it's not there, not make you uncomfortable.
Immediate reaction, definitely wish I had a little more crispiness out of this flat.
Totally agree.
a little soggy. The sauce was kind of dripping off.
Yeah, not a lot of heat either. It's pretty mild.
Yeah, pretty.
Temperature-wise, very hot.
Yeah.
But spice-wise, definitely lacking, in my opinion.
For a medium wing, not to the level that I think most people expect for a buffalo sauce.
Yeah, because if you want nothing to be there, you order mild. That's the whole thing. You
The
want
butter.
you want to be kicked a little bit in the teeth. You want to make sure you're awake before a game, or make sure you're having a great little spicy dinner. You're ordering that medium. You're ordering that hot. Then go under here. Boop.
It's got a pretty solid amount of meat on this flat, though. I'm very happy with that. You're right. It is not as hot as I would like my medium to be, but I mean, I could definitely pound these.
I'm gonna have to go look at the film because we're all polished on our wing, and you're not even a third done. Are you a nibbler?
I'm a little bit of a nibbler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Del
You're a
Reed
leisure
confirmed a nibbler.
Yep.
Man of leisure, Del Reed.
And so I think we're all team flats here. While we polish off the second wing each and we line up our scores again, which is out of 100, 0 to 100. While we line up those scores, we got to talk about a very controversial topic in the wing industry: leftover wings. Is it like pizza where they could potentially be even better than regular wings down the line? You know, let's say you wake up and you're not in the mood to go out on a Saturday, but you got those 6 wings and 2 pieces of celery in the fridge. Are you even more ecstatic than when you're ordering them on a Tuesday night at, Kohl's? Thoughts?
I don't mind leftover wings. Sometimes if it's the right wing, like that they actually get hotter, as time goes on.
So like a fine wine can develop a new taste. A wing can get spicier with time. Okay, I didn't know about that.
I disagree. I don't think you can replicate the original flavor of the wing. I think that's as good as it gets.
I would have to agree. Plus,
Yeah.
it's not as dynamic as pizza, where you can
Yeah.
eat pizza cold.
Exactly.
Eating a cold wing
wings.
is not a pleasurable
I think the move
experience.
though is you got to re-sauce it. If you're going to reheat it, throw a little extra Franks on there, and then it makes it passable.
Maybe I'm a savage. I don't know.
Well, you're definitely a
Don't mind it so
savage.
much.
That's confirmed. You're a nibbler and you're a savage. Savage nibbler. The other savage thing I gotta see: no blue cheese in this order, Sabrina.
Notice that too.
Whoa! Wow!
I am taken aback. Absolutely taken aback by this. No blue cheese in the order.
I am shocked.
All right, gents. Well, as we line up, we've learned a little bit about the boys from 26 shirts. I think it's time to lock in some numbers. So, as always, on Wing Review, we're gonna let the guests go first. Nick or Del, kick us off, 0 to 100. Rate these wings.
I don't know. You go first.
I think they're about an average wing. I'm a little disappointed by the crispiness, but an average wing in Buffalo I think is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Like compared to other places. So I'm gonna go like 65.
Okay, 65.
Little
The
disappointed,
passing line in school, you
right.
get that
So I think
65.
they're
You're like, let's
pretty
go.
much exactly like you won't be disappointed when you get them, but they're still like they're good.
You won't be disappointed when you get them. I think that's a quote that they might want to put on the menu. Del, what are you coming in at?
I'm gonna go with 65 too because
A 65 too?
they have the side of the building says best wings
I
in
think I've
Buffalo.
heard
that.
If
Oh,
that
yeah.
sign's not up there, they probably get a 70, 75 out of it. But I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be real.
Supreme?
I'm gonna be a little nicer. I'm going with a 68. But not much nicer, but there was a lot of meat on the wing. I think that was the saving grace. But you got a sign on the side of the building, best wings in Buffalo, and not living up to the hype.
Yeah, I'm with you guys, but unlike Supreme, I'm not going to be nice. When you got a sign on the side of your building that says best wings in Buffalo, you better be like USPS and deliver. When I see a movie with Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, I'm expecting, a blockbuster film, not Pain and Gain from Michael Bay. Okay? These wings, they might have had a lot of meat on the bone, but that's the only thing that kept them from drowning completely. These wings, I hate to tell you, Hitman, coming in at 47. Okay, 47 out of 100. Best wings in Buffalo, I'd look out for the city if that was the case. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
That was the review. And as always, the quest for the perfect wing, the quest continues.
We're here with the cornerstone of the Buffalo wing community. Someone referred to it as royalty, and we're trying to see if it has that it factor that the Wing King was talking about. Of course, we're talking about Gabriel's Gate on Allen Street in downtown Buffalo. Maniac, you ready?
The thing that always sticks out to me about Gabriel's Gate is you have your Northtowners who say Elmo's, Lenovo, Bocce's. Then you have your Southtowners where they're like 9/11, Barville. Gabriel's Gate seems to be the one that city dwellers always go back to. That's their defense for the best wing in the city of Buffalo. So I can't wait to try it out.
Absolutely. It's definitely the fallback for any wing argument. From what I've found is, you want Elmo's, Barville. Everybody can agree on Gabriel's Gate. And I'm really excited to get into this medium wing that we have here tonight. I'm smelling the box. They smelled all the part. I don't even know what to say. I think after a little bit of a letdown in our last review, glad we went with the option that's a pretty blue chip wing here in Buffalo.
They say you don't know what you got till it's gone. I think that we're ready for a good wing, a bounce back wing after being emotionally torn down by Union Pub. With that said, confirmed, Sleep does love to smell the box and he loves everything that it has to offer. We're going to get after the swing review and we're in a great spot to do it. Bidwell Park, an iconic park. Obviously, you know about Delaware and you know about some of other Buffalo's other parks, but this is a staple of the Elmwood community. They got the Farmers Market, the concert series. Daniel Davidson Bidwell, a pioneer of early Buffalo, or as we like to say, you know what? You down with DDB? Yeah, you know me.
Well, with that being said, I think I'm ready to get into the wings here.
Let's get going. All right, here we go. Unboxing. Oh my gosh, see, these are crispy. You can just tell by looking at them.
You can tell from afar that these are...
You grab a grass napkin, which is fine. Lot of drums I'm noticing in this order right away. Heavy drums. And we're flat guys, so we'll have to see if that penalizes games. But
I think this is an 8-drum, 2-flat.
8-drum, 2-flat. Not what you want, but we'll see if they can persevere. Oh yeah, the outer. The thing that's different between this and like an average wing is the outer layer is its whole like own thing. And then you get to the meat, it's like a whole other adventure.
I think I found the it factor to this wing. Usually you have the skin, and then you have the meat with the bones. There's almost like a mystery third layer of juiciness in between the skin and the meat here.
Now the medium isn't a lingering medium, but it does get you right away. It lets you know that something's there. It lets you know you're not just messing around with some mild, but you're also not in hot territory. I'm liking the medium so far from Gabe's Gate. Going for number 2. Let's pop open this BC.
Oh, yeah.
Quick dip. We out. Okay. Still great meat. And again, that third layer, it's like you said, you got the skin, the meat itself, and then there's this essence. It might be the it factor that the Wing King was talking about.
The crispiness on these is absolutely perfect, by the way.
Really crispy. Not too much, not to where there's a whole layer of just crisp of fry, but it's actually got like a certain tang to it, I hate to say. Great crispiness.
Going for a veggie here. Solid carrot. Not a lot of veggies to go around, but you know what? That's okay. We're not here for the veggie review.
There's extra veggies underneath.
Oh, they're hiding.
Breaking news. As pointed out by Kyle, that's why you bring the producer with you. There's veggies underneath. Gabe's Gate, never leaving you hanging. Plenty of veggies there. All right, Supreme, what do you got these bad boys at?
I'm going to say that these are a strong 93. Would like for the wing to be a little bit larger, but everything else was perfect. It definitely had that it factor, that third, mystery layer to the wing.
Yep.
Really, really liked them.
I agree with what you said. It had the crispiness. It had the good quality meat. The size was a little bit of an issue, and even I was alarmed at 8 drums to 2 flats. But with that said, I think we got to come in at a big Teddy Washington, 92 for Gabe's Gate. So new high score in both of our score sheets. So we'll have to see and continue on this voyage to see what exactly, if that can be beaten, how it can be beaten.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Supreme.
I'm Maniac.
Good wings now.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm your host, Maniac, joined by my co-host, Supreme. We are going to try a Buffalo staple, Swanee House, and we are live here at Riverworks. Supreme, let's get after it.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Look at these. Man.
Oh yeah,
This
you
is-
can feel.
this
You can
is-
feel. Yeah,
This
that lets you know a little something
I
there.
just took the ace off, and I might need to throw it right back on after the weight of this thing.
Numbers. I'm about ready to lock in my numbers. Supreme.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm
You
throwing
getting
it
some
in.
sauce there? Coming the boss in the sauce.
Finally some sauce, but still not spicy. The butter to sauce ratio on this one is out of control.
These wings overall, I'm going to go first while you finish off that one. These wings overall, pretty lackluster. To be honest, if I was at a birthday party, I would eat them. But if I ordered them at a restaurant, I'd be pretty disappointed. I'm going to lock in Jason Peters, 71 overall for Swanee House, 71.
Absolutely. Well, I think that was a little bit of a generous rating.
Wow.
I know I like my wings crispy, but these, you can hear that crackle and pop when Maniac is taking bites into his and mine as well. I wanted some sauce. I wanted some heat. They were meaty, but I don't know. My score, I'm locking in a 64 for these.
Okay, wow.
It was barely below passing. If they would have had a little more heat, could have brought them above the passing level, but 64.
A little more heat, they could have stayed in the kitchen. Sounds like as far as the greatest wings or the best wings, the quest continues. And as always, we'll be looking for good wings now. Folks, welcome to another exciting episode of Buffalo Wing Review. Not coming to you live from Florida, from Mutual Riverfront Park. As always, I'm Maniac with my co-host DJ Supreme, and a very special guest, a wing connoisseur in his own right. I mean, do I call you the Simon Cowell of wings? I don't know. It's Pat Moran tweets in person. Pat Moran, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Maniac. DJ, I'm good. I'm glad to be here, man. I'm in Buffalo. It's my hometown, and I'm all about eating chicken wings whenever I get a chance to.
All about eating chicken wings. I mean, I was introduced to you over a decade ago, Buffalo Sports Daily.
Yeah.
I was on the site. I was checking for great news every day. That was the Twitter back then, to be honest. Over 10 years ago, those daily updates,
Right.
those daily blogs. Now you've kind of changed gears a little bit. The wing game. You've become a top connoisseur, someone that people look to for reviews. Do you feel a lot of pressure with that, position, or is it something that you've really taken in stride and embraced?
Well, I don't like the pressure, and I didn't mean to be serious when I did it. I started doing it on Facebook just with my friends. The story is this, man. I didn't eat chicken wings when I was young, growing up in Buffalo, which I know is blasphemy. Didn't start having them until I was in my early 30s. I moved to Florida, and when I did have them in Buffalo, I always had the same one or two pizzeria places. I didn't go out, I didn't venture anywhere for wings, because they were always a secondary thing to me.
Let me stop you right there real quick. So you grew up in Buffalo. Though.
Right.
How was no one throwing
'Cause
chicken wings in your face
no one at all.
24/7?
Because I had terrible parents.
Okay, well that's fair to
Awful-
say. I mean,
awful
if you're gonna
parents.
throw your parents under the bus,
Bad
that's
parenting, we get pizza.
I see
Maybe
people.
because we were poor, we didn't get pizza and wings, so we could only afford the pizza.
All right, well
This guy used to not have it.
that's a fair take. I mean, I've seen people and met people from around the area who've never been to a Bills or Sabres game, and I don't understand how that's possible. So
That's
I guess
crazy.
I can believe you didn't get wings late to the wing game like a lot of superstars are now. Like they just don't play sports until they're 15 or 16. You hit your stride, so then tell me a little bit more about what's developed.
So I go to Florida, and I started having chicken wings down there, and every single place I went to was awful. They were terrible. I was like, ugh. So I came back to Buffalo in the winter of 2016, my first trip back after moving there, and I decided I'd start going out and having wings. And then I like to power rank things. So no matter what it is in life, man.
2019
TV shows,
power rankings.
Exactly. So I started going to a couple places here and there, and I'd power rank them, and I'd put them up on Facebook. I'd write a little review, a quarterback comparison. I would review a wing place, and I would pick a quarterback that place reminded me of. And I started doing it as a joke on Facebook. And it kind of took off. So then I started, when I had my blog, I started running some posts up about it, and it just really took off. which is cool. And don't get me wrong, I like everyone reading and having an opinion, but I didn't take myself serious. And people are taking what I say a lot more serious than I'm taking myself. So now I've gotten to the point where I went to a couple places and I try to be honest, and I have a review that's not very favorable, and I get attacked by fans. Just like when somebody for the Bills, you write a bad column, you write a mean column, and people come after you, fans. It's kind of getting that way now with chicken wings. The chicken wing game, dude, it's vicious.
It kind of reminds me of our last review that we just posted, Union Pub. Not the most savory of reviews, but we have to be honest for the fans.
You have to.
We have to.
Yeah, I mean, some of these places we've been to before and had better experiences, but it's about that one review. We want that, by the fan perspective. The fan is going in there and getting the wings the one time. They don't look back on the other 10 times and they're like, oh, they were good then. So, yeah, it's a tough responsibility ranking these wings. And we learned firsthand at Trainwreck Sports, Spram, wings are something that this Buffalo area takes very seriously.
Very serious.
Oh, very, very seriously. And we've gotten all sorts of feedback, and we're just in the early stages of our reviews.
Right.
And, I mean, the feedback has been great. People, there's certain people, they're dug into the wings that they like, and they love. And I don't know, you were saying that you had stuck to a few spots when you were first eating wings in Buffalo before you had left for Florida. Do you remember what those spots were?
Yeah, I used to go to Bella Pizza all the time because my wife,
Bella.
we lived in Lackawanna, so that was in the South Towns. I grew up on the west side of Buffalo, so I always was going to Lenova's. I had Anchor Bar because at the time that was, it still is one of the most famous places. It's an iconic name, at least, for chicken wings. So it's pretty much just those 2 or 3 places would be the only spots I'd go to. So I never went to the Bar Bills and the Elmos and the 911 Tavern and places like Gene and all these other places all over. I didn't go to them. And it wasn't until the last couple of years I started doing it. One thing, too, and I didn't expect this, you guys are sports guys first and foremost. Sometimes not everyone cares about sports. So you can have a take on the Bills and half the people don't care. But everybody has an opinion, in Buffalo at least, when it comes to chicken wings. So the engagement percentage is just so much bigger. And that's something I never in a million years expected.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you said that Bella, you like that in the early stages. Any of the wing spots now, like where are your go-to places nowadays?
Well, on my current rankings, 911 is my favorite place. I'm a big fan of Elmo's. Audubon North and Amherst is a place I like a lot. I just taped the show last night, in fact, at O'Neill's in Orchard Park, which people associate O'Neill's with binge drinking, Bills games, Sunday fun days, home games, which is true. But they actually have a sneaky good menu. They got like 50-something flavors of wings, so I really enjoy them a lot. And I'm trying to think, Amherst Ale House, that's another one.
We're going to go with the official unboxing here. Okay, so right away, I mean, I'm seeing not very much sauce to go around on there, Pat. What do you think?
Yeah, they're definitely lightly sauced. I would say light for sure.
Light sauce, but a very crispy looking wing, at least from here.
Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a wing by its outside. I think it's time to go, boys.
Let's go.
I'm going to go no dip, flat. Let's see.
No dip. No dip at all.
Oh, yeah.
So
Got a
the
nice initial crisp.
Sauce was hiding on the bottom, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little sauce in
Saucier than they look.
And I'll tell you what, this medium's got a little pep in its step. You can tell right away. It's not going to be something that goes right away. It's going to be something that sticks around. It's lingering. That's what you're looking for.
You know what? I like the first bite. It's a nice, clean wing.
Yeah.
It's not messy or sloppy like some wings can be.
These got crisp, but they're not too crispy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But something, just a little something to let you know they're there. Wow, really good.
I'm enjoying these.
Medium spice is nice.
It's a nice little tingle. It's not nothing more, nothing less.
All right, I'm gonna make a move. I'm gonna go with a drum. I'm gonna remove a little move there. Let's see what this
You
got to
stay
offer.
with the drum, or you go with the drum. I'm gonna stay with the nice, safe flat.
Oh wow,
And you are right; these are definitely saucier on the bottom, which I like personally.
I can hear that crunch, boys. That's
Yeah.
what you're looking for. Captain Crunch on these bad boys.
Oh yeah. You know what? One thing I did want to make mention of with all the National Chicken Wing Day, the
Hoopla.
media friends,
The hoopla.
The hoopla. I was looking through our emojis that we have on our keyboards. There's no flat chicken wing emoji.
There is
I
a
was
drum.
personally very offended.
There is a drum.
but no flat.
That is
I would
offensive.
personally like to petition Emoji to bring in a flat chicken wing in their next software release.
I'll sign it.
I know the three of us will sign it. Many others will too, but I thought it was a little biased, a little unfair to just have the drum in.
Strong move by you petitioning in 2019, because we all know that's the way you get things done.
Did you have a problem with anyone on Twitter ridiculing National Wing Day because people were excited
No,
about it being a
I
wing
mean,
day?
I get like that we do it every day, but in Buffalo it's a lifestyle. It's not
Sure.
just a one-day thing. But why would I not be excited about it in Buffalo?
Right.
If I'm in Nebraska and it's National Corn Day, am I just like, oh, just because I'm a big corn boss, like I'm not excited? Like, no,
Right.
I'm getting even more excited. I'm pumped. I'm leading the way, baby.
I agree, 100%.
Absolutely. There's always room to celebrate chicken wings, even if it is a lifestyle of ours.
Like what? I wish I could bring this place to me back in Florida.
I want to bring some of our past correspondents into it. I think this has a little bit of the it factor that the Wing King was talking about. And I think what Del Reed was talking about last week, it's got a little substance. It's got some solid white meat. It's got some substance.
Had a juicy last bite on this drum too. That was nice.
Very
I
impressed.
don't know.
All right,
What
you
do you
guys,
think,
you guys
boys?
ready
You
to cross?
dialing
You
in?
guys ready to cross the T's and dot the I's?
I think so. I think it would only be polite of us to have our guest give the rating first.
Kick us off, PMT.
I think
Want to post?
I would go solid mid 80s. 84, 85. Well, I know it's only got to be one.
Oh yeah, you got to pick one.
All right,
if
let's
you go
go.
84.6, you'd be the first person to drop a decimal.
You know what? I'm going to go 85. These are really good bar chicken wings, and McCarthy's is the kind of place you could go in, get your drink on, and have good food to go with it, man. An 85 for me sounds about right.
Absolutely.
Supreme, drop it on me.
Sure. I'm going to go with a strong 88. I thought the crispiness was perfect. I liked how there was a little bit of hidden sauce on the other side of it. Had the perfect amount of spice, in my opinion, for a medium wing. So going 88.
I think we're all living in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood on this one. I am going to drop a David Nelson and an 86 on it. These are great wings, great substance, great texture, good crispiness, and the white meat underneath. You can never put a good price on solid bites of good white meat.
No doubt.
This reminds me, Sal Capaccio, who I had on my show. I love Sal.
Love
Nobody
him.
respects
So do
him
we.
more than me. But
Uh-oh.
Sal Capaccio had the worst take ever on chicken wings.
Oh,
last night.
drop it on us.
He said that all chicken wings to him pretty much are the same. Minus size. Size matters. He said that, but beyond that, Sal said that pretty much all chicken wings taste the same. I couldn't disagree more. I love Sal to death, but no way.
Well, safe to say, the Wing King is not going to have Sal write the wing constitution anymore, because we know all wings are, in fact, not
Sorry,
created
Sal.
equal. For my co-host, DJ Supreme, our guest, Pat Moran, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As we always say, good wings now. Folks, welcome back to another blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host Supreme. Supreme, how are we doing this week?
We're doing excellent this week, minus some inclement conditions outdoors. We had to move things indoors for the sound quality. Otherwise, all you would have been hearing was a bunch of blowing wind into the microphone.
It's looking like the movie Twister out there, and that's not anything that I'm looking to mess around with. And speaking of, mess around with, that would play hell on our audio and video quality. And speaking of quality, that's something we value very strongly here at WingReviewz.
Oh, absolutely. It's been brought to our attention in some of our last reviews that with us reviewing wings out of a styrofoam box to go, that it actually could have a potential impact on the overall quality of the wings. Now, our intern, good Wintern, he did a phenomenal job researching the effects of styrofoam and the wings when you order wings to go, and it's actually, it suits you best for all you watching out there to ventilate the box in some way. So for our restaurant of the night tonight, the box came pre-ventilated, something we haven't seen yet in our reviews. I'm excited to see if it did truly help, or whether there were any discernible difference between ventilated versus non-ventilated styrofoam boxes for the wings.
Yeah, it's a to each their own scenario. On one side, obviously, we want to maximize the quality of the wings we're testing. But in the same side, a lot of people are ordering wings to go, and they're waiting those 10 to 15 minutes in the styrofoam every time. So with that said, I'm not going to lie, I was the first to question flying Goodwintern out to the West Coast to do those studies, but I think that they paid off in spades, and I think we're getting a full return on that investment for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But another thing we wanted to cover in the contents of the wing box.
Oh yeah.
2 key ingredients and a little bit up for debate.
It's almost as much of a debate as drums versus flats. I mean, this will split aside a relationship. Someone you thought you loved, they'll tear you apart when you differ on this specific line.
Absolutely, it's carrots or celery. Now, myself, I'm a carrots guy. Maniac, he's a big celery guy. We work well together. But something that we're going to be interested in hearing some feedback from the viewers. Are you carrots? Are you celery? Do you like a mixture of both? Sometimes they come in the little plastic bags for the baby carrots. You know, what's your preference? What are you dunking in the blue cheese? And do you treat carrots, celery as sides? Are they almost like French fries for your wing order, or what's your take on that?
That's what I was going to talk about, because to me it's really more of a reset. I like carrots and celery, but they're cold. Wings are hot, so you know I have the carrots, and my preference obviously is celery. But I use it as kind of a cleanser, or as I like to call it, a Mercedes cleanse. I like to reset those taste buds and get going for my next wing.
Oh, absolutely. I lean towards carrots, but I don't discriminate versus either or, especially when you have a real spicy wing. You're trying to, negate that spice so you can keep going in your order. That's why I like the celery, but carrots I think have a little bit more flavor to them. Celery is just, it's green water basically.
I'm proud of both of us on the no discrimination. I think we learned from the Wing King on this quest, so I'm very pleased to say that we're adhering to his lessons and following through on them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, without any further ado, want to get into our review here.
Without further ado, let's get into this review. So where's the locale, Sleep? We're here at Studio M in Cheektowaga, exclusive. We shout out to all the behind the scenes people that got this done. Just an amazing studio setup here for us, and obviously we're gonna make some magic here. So not a lot of sauce initially, but we gotta dive into these guys.
That's true. Well, the sauce is hidden.
Oh, the sauce is hidden. You can already see.
Hidden at the bottom.
Okay, so that's gonna play. You gotta cheers, my friend.
Well, the bottom of this is absolutely soaked.
Okay,
but it's okay.
Very light, crispy exterior. Getting some good meat underneath so far.
Definitely a ton of hot sauce on the bottom.
And as always,
very spicy.
And a little spice. I'm liking that spicy kick out of the medium. And as always, the rules are the same. Medium with no other specifications unless they ask. So if they ask if we want them crispy, sure. But with that said, it's just medium and nothing else. We got to put these all on a level playing field, and 33 Speakeasy is going to be no different.
Absolutely. One thing I did want to note is that this is an absolutely monster.
That's a bucket. That's a bucket.
That's a mini bucket of blue cheese, and for a blue cheese guy like myself, you love to see it.
Now my flat lost integrity, so I had to go to 2 hands. Something producer Al isn't a big fan of.
No,
he's a one-hander.
Find producer Degenerate Al in the comments section of your latest wing review.
I'm changing lanes here. I'm going with a drum, even though I prefer the flats, and there's a bunch of good-looking ones. You get the crunchy top on the flat, pretty much, on the drum every time. It's kind of a guarantee. You just don't know what you're doing up there. The top of a drum is mysterious to me.
Absolutely. I think, with these wings, there's a ton of sauce on the bottom side. More so than even, I remember Union Pub was kind of the same way, not to the same degree, but now it's a mess.
Do you hold points against the sauce because it's kind of swamped in there? Does it need to be glazed on to get like the full points, or do you award full points just because you're feeling that flavor?
Well, I think it definitely factors in, because when you have so much sauce in the bottom and it pools and soaks the one side of the wing, I mean, styrofoam box, paper box, if you're eating a fresh plate of wings, if you have too much sauce on the bottom, they're going to start to get soggy after some period of time. So I think it's definitely a consideration of mine.
True. I got like a hybrid, half sauced, half not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's interesting. Overall, pretty good meat though from the speakeasy. Solid.
Oh, absolutely.
Lacking a little bit in the crunch to me, the crispiness.
Now this is a problem. This wing has so much sauce on the bottom that I'm having a tough time getting blue cheese on it.
You can't lube up that blue.
That's when you've reached your sauce threshold and you're beyond that. Is when you can't even get the blue cheese on there. So I think that's going to be a little bit of a knock.
As our friend John Wawrow would say, Johnny 3 Dubs with the All right, I'm about ready to lock in the digits. Sir
Absolutely.
Sleepington.
Well, you want to give them your score while I finish up on this last one?
Yeah, I'm ready to kick it off. I thought overall they're good. The sauce is definitely good. You hate to see it swamped like that, so you can't give full credit, just like Supreme, my bad. Just like Supreme said. With that, you got to give them credit for a spicy medium. We've seen some mediums that have been lacking, so these mediums definitely have a little kick. Wish they had a little bit more crispiness, so overall, I'm still a little undecided. I'm going to go with a Duke Preston. 75, lock it in. 75 out of 100, 3/4 score. Speakeasy, 75.
Absolutely. Well, I would say that the sauce level definitely worked against these wings. If there were less sauce, it would have been more favorable. But I'm locking it in for my old football number, a 71 on this one. It just, the amount of sauce on the bottom part really made them so soggy that it was almost forgettable, the top portion of the wings that were crispy and otherwise very perfect in the amount of spice that was given. So 71.
All right, so, not terrible for Speakeasy, but, we've seen better, obviously, and we will see many better along this quest.
Absolutely. Well, hey, as we say,
Good wings
now.
Welcome back to another blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by Supreme, with a very special guest, Nate Geary, in the house, or to clarify further, just outside of OTP with us after we lost our last bet. Nate, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. I've lost my last bet.
Okay, well, hey, when you're a gambling man, sometimes that happens. So we're sitting outside of OTP with some great wings. We'll get to those in a second. We're going to start those up in a second. Speaking of starting up, tell us a little bit about how we're going to be starting up our Bills game days come this fall. Give me a little details on that. A little promotion, a little train wreck bump in that career?
What you'll see is, nothing, because you just hear me. Okay. But what you'll hear is, I wish you could see, though, because then you'd see the...
Well, do they allow guns on the air?
Well, they allow farmer stands this guy on the air. And Al disagrees, but that's neither here nor there. Joe DiBiase, and myself, obviously, going to be both co-hosting. So we've got kind of a lot planned. I can't really reveal a lot. I actually have a production meeting tomorrow, so I'm actually doing a pre-production meeting, wing eating review to make sure I'm prepped.
A pregame for the pre-meeting about the pregame show.
That's exactly right.
That's awesome. It's kind of like an inception. Now give us one insight. Give us one insider detail. What segment of the show is going to be the Troy Aikman fan club dedication?
Well, we are going to have a special fantasy segment where I make a crazy bold prediction.
Okay.
Does that make the people happy?
Oh yeah, that makes the people happy.
They get a hot take from me live, off the cuff. I'm not gonna prep for it. It's just gonna come off the top of my head. It's just gonna be called Off Nate's Head. I made that up. It's not what's going to be called.
So we have bold predictions in store. We have bold predictions in store for the pregame for the Bills this upcoming season. What would be your boldest prediction about our Buffalo Wing Review in terms of who do you think will be the highest ranked wing in Buffalo on quality?
Okay, well, I've heard a lot about what we're about to eat. So the answer could be what we're about to eat, but I don't know.
What a teaser right there.
It could be. But I would say the the company, the wing with the best chance to win that you guys are going to go to, I'd say Sorrentino's.
Sorrentino's over here on Main Street.
Sorrentino's on Main Street. So if you guys really want a good wing, you got to go to Sorrentino's on Main Street. Shout out to the fam because the family owns it. So
I don't want to bring Katy Perry into everything, but I mean Sorrentino's, that would be kind of a dark horse pick.
oh, I would hope so. And one that's not getting talked about enough. One could argue it's the Trent Murphy of wing joints here in Buffalo. Not getting talked enough about.
Okay, well we might have to add them to the list on this quest. Of course, the quest, not just to see what wings are out there, but discover what makes the perfect wing. We've gotten some consultation from some of the top people. Del Reed, the
Sure.
Wing King, substance, the it factor.
Sure.
You got to have that crispiness. What do you look for in a chicken wing that's an essential, of a good chicken wing?
Okay, well, I'm a drum guy.
Okay, well,
so
drum guy.
I'm a meaty, jointy kind of guy. I think a really good wing is equal parts outer crispy and inner parts not dry. Just enough moisture that the meat still tastes good, but not that crispy, like it's completely dried out inner white meat. I want that inner meat to be slightly, now not crazy, but definitely slightly wet.
Well, Nate, this is the Buffalo Wing Review, okay? This isn't Saber's Twitter where we're just going to argue about it all day and
All
do
right.
a chart. We're actually going to
Okay.
get out there and see what's good, and I think we're ready about to pop these bad boys open and get
Oh,
going.
I'm
You ready,
ready.
Supreme? All right. And this is from Macy's Place. So this is a little bit of a
My
sleeper, not one that you hear when
My
people are
pick.
talking about the top, wings in Buffalo. You get your Bar-Bills, your Gabriel's Gate. But Macy's Place has been coming up recently as a sleeper spot. I mean, the only thing they do have to work on a little bit is the parking. But with that
But their
said,
social media is hype.
And one
That is
thing
hype.
before the unveiling, if you could tilt that box up for the folks at home.
This is another key detail.
Crucial.
Not a glory hole.
Crucial.
That ventilation.
Not a glory hole.
Perfect.
Well, it might be a chicken wing glory hole. I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay. These wings, the first thing that I noticed, they got some personality.
They
to
do.
them. They aren't just sitting back, gonna let something.
I
happen
noticed
to
the
them.
ends. This is a good sign to me. This
Yeah.
right here is a good sign.
That means
Crispy
they're
on
cooked
the
well,
ends.
right?
Yes.
Cooked well. Okay, yeah. There's a very distinctive end, and gentlemen, let's dig in here.
Gladly.
Okay. Supreme goes with a drum, a rare move by him. I'm
Early
gonna
drum.
go with the flat. There's a little bit of pooling of sauce about him, but not a swamp. Only a little bit there. It's gonna be tough to add on. Let's see what these bad boys are working with. Oh yeah, crispiness. Wow, 10 out of 10 on the crispiness.
Nate, what you were just talking about, crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, first bite. That is precisely what these are.
I'd say they're just what the doctor
Wow.
ordered, but I think they're just what the Geary ordered.
I think too. Well, like it's a little spicier than a traditional medium you'd get from a restaurant.
Seriously, we've been seeing some mediums that are very lax, where
That
you
are
don't even know
buttered, too
anything's
buttered
there.
down. Yeah,
Oh.
too buttered down.
Oh, yes.
Let me know something's there. Let me know there's something to grab onto. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Here in Buffalo, we can handle the heat.
Oh my god, this is great.
So turn
Great
it
wing.
up.
This is a really good wing.
These aren't just like birthday party wings or like, work bought you lunch wings. These are serious quality.
By the way,
No, this
Ken's.
Ken's blue cheese.
Ken's blue cheese. Hey,
Alex Smith in
the
box.
safe pick. The
Do
safe
you
pick.
respect? I think that's a little chunkier than the bottle though. That little mini tub.
The mini tub.
I think
Yeah,
that's
that's the mini
chunkier
tub,
than the
yeah.
bottle. So I give that a little bit of an uprating.
I'll tell you what.
It's like a cherry Coke versus a regular Coke.
I'm about 20 seconds post finishing of my wing here. It's definitely still in the mouth. Like it's a really I don't know. That's definitely got a little Frank's action, but like
It's a lasting heat.
yeah. So it's got to be a little bit more than Frank's.
Go. You want to throw the bone in there? There we go.
Wing number
All right,
2.
let's reload.
Okay,
this
we're
open.
about to
Yeah,
go.
crack
Let's get
that
into
open. Crack that open. Let's get. And what do we got here? We got some
We got-
baby carrots in the bag. A
Baby
very
carrots in the
classic pick, but no celery.
Wow,
Is there no celery?
Not gonna tell our friends at the Vikings about that one.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go with another flat. I'm gonna spoil myself.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the little blue cheese action here.
Oh my god! You don't see the sauce on there, but it's on there, baby. There's a little spice, a little kick.
I would consider this the perfect amount of sauce.
Yeah.
Where there's just enough on the outside, but it hasn't completely seeped into the wing. That was a big knock I had against
Guys, I
Noble
think-
wings.
Guys, I think I'm gonna have to go and get a double order of these wings.
Wow.
Don't spoil the review before you end. The end's almost here. They have one more before we can lock it in. They're really good though. Yeah. I don't want to speculate, but I think Macy's Place might mess around and drop a triple double right now. Right, I'm gonna go with these are fantastic wings. Crispy, juicy, meat is good quality. I am pleasantly surprised. I don't want to say surprised. They've come pretty highly regarded. They've come to play. They've come pretty highly regarded though. Like some pretty serious chicken wing eaters have told me Macy's Place is underrated. Their pizza, I've been told, is overrated, but they just won the pizza competition here in Buffalo, like what, a month ago, 2 months ago? Yes. So clearly their pizza is up to snuff, and that I haven't even gotten that yet. And they've got a pickle pizza. And you know what spaghetti says about pickle pizzas? Oh, seriously. You don't know what she says. I'll tell you right now. Preaching to the choir. All right, third wing, guys. Well, come on, Maniac. Yeah. What are you eating? Are you eating turkey legs or are you eating chicken wings? Come on. I'm basking in them. Baskin Robbins. All right, so is this the last and final wing? No, I mean I'm ready to lock it in. I got where I'm at. You need one more? I think I know. I don't need another. I'd like another one, but I don't need another one. If you want another one while you make your review, grab it. Yeah, I guess. Grab that, and then I want you to unleash your review as always on Buffalo Wing Review. It is on a scale of 0 to 100. 100 being the best. So what do you got for that bad boy, Gary? You want another one? You guys are going to make me go first? I kind of want to hear. Guest goes first. It's like honors in golf. And if there's one man who respects the rules in golf, it's Nate Gary. So like the buttery hot sauce at the bottom. I'm gonna try that right now. That is something. Yeah. That is something. What's happening here? So 0 to 100 overall. Imagine Jeopardy music playing in your head. I'm going to seem like an overzealous first-time guest on the show. Oh, no. Here it comes. Oh, here it comes. I think I'm going to give these a 93. Okay. Seriously. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's crazy. These are crispy, juicy. The sauce is incredible for a medium. This is incredible medium sauce. I'm just, right now. I want to get that on record.
Best medium sauce.
It's a lot of flavor. Duff's was hot, medium was hot, and that's the rule of Duff's. This is the best medium flavor though sauce with kick. It's not just a spice; it's got a kick to it after. The best medium sauce I've ever had. Yep. Supreme, what are you locking in over there?
I'm locking in a 94. I mean, these are fantastic wings for all the reasons you just mentioned. I mean, they had blue cheese. They had my baby carrots. Nice touch on those, but I mean, all around, this is what we're looking for. This wing definitely has the it factor.
100%. It's got the it factor. I mean, I can't deny it. Juiciness. It's got everything. I am going to follow in your guys' footsteps. I'm going to drop a Pat Williams, a 93 on these bad boys. Macy's Place is not messing around. They're at the top of the wing chain right now, as far as this review show is concerned. Gabriel's Gate had a nice little tenure there, but Macy's Place is at the top of our ranks now. I'm kind of a mess. Collegiate equivalent is Macy's Place like a UCF. Mid-major that is coming to the cream. Well, UCF was like the national champions, quote unquote. Well, but mid-major. I mean, they're not a main program. I'm willing to kind of put myself out there as saying they're like Boise State, mid to late 2000s up until about 2015. Like consistent year after year, whether it's Peterson. Doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Those are, I was really surprised by how good these were. Like, listen, I kind of told you guys about them. Well, you knew about them apparently before I did. Look at my guy taking credit for him right now. Well, by the way, what I do? By the way, Maniac's got a little bit of blue cheese in the hair. By the way, there's no. Can I tell you why that's not an issue though? In the business, we call that a leftover. I'm not gonna stress it. That's how good Macy's Place is. I'm fine with leaving it. White in the hair, would you say? It aged me very well. It's like a fine wine. So, are we going to go back into OTB and wash our hands? Or no, we can't. Is there bathrooms in there? We just lost our bet, but I think that in the future we will all be betting on Macy's Place. Yeah, we won. We hit the jackpot with these bad boys.
Absolutely. These wings were so good. I'm almost speechless right now.
Dude.
Thinking of all the different factors that played into these wings, how it all blended together.
Reviewz is a great way to put it. I feel like I just watched The Dark Knight for the first time. I mean, I definitely want to enjoy it again, and at any time I have the opportunity to do so, I will.
Can I just go out on a record and with one disclaimer to my score is they are a celery portion and a homemade blue cheese away from being a perfect score of 100.
Wow, Macy's Place, you know what you have to do. As always, I'm Maniac Supreme. Thank you very much to our special guest, Nate Geary, for joining us. Thank you, Macy's Place, for the wings. Thank you, OTB, for taking our money. And as always, this quest continues while we look for good wings now. Folks, welcome back to another blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host Supreme. This episode of BWR, we are going to be reviewing Dalmatia Hotel, a place that if it had any more character, it would be Lost or 24 itself. This episode's sponsor, West Her Auto Group, 24 locations across Western New York. Make sure you make West Her your spot for a new vehicle. Supreme, where are we reviewing these buttes of Dalmatia Hotel?
Here at the home of the Bengal, Buffalo State College, right off the old 198. It's a beautiful summer's night here. Even though I'm a Bull, producer Allie's a Bull with the orange. Do you have any sentimental attachment to Buff State with their colorway?
Well, I consider myself an orange Bull at this point, so I'm a bit of a hybrid. With that said, I mean, of course, it tugs at my heartstrings when I think about Tuck coming onto this campus looking to make a change in the world. And who can forget the epic career of Nate Geary? Needless to say, it's a great day to be a Bengal.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I'm really excited to check out the Dalmatia Hotel wings, blue-collar bar in a blue-collar part of a blue-collar town, let's be honest. And flew a little bit under the radar when we were, coming up with ideas for reviews, but our own Ty B went there on National Wing Day a couple weeks ago, and we saw the pictures of the wings that he tried. Couldn't resist, had to come by and give it a review.
Yeah, you can tell they had a loyal crew. Middle of the week, place was packed at 5 p.m., ready to go. Their crowd was ready. And, and one thing we always appreciate here at Buffalo Wing Review, great deals. Monday and Thursday, medium, mild, hot wings, 60 cents each. And these wings, 10 for $9. I mean, that's pretty low below the scale of the typical wing price.
Oh, wow. Yes, that could be very impactful on the value scale. $9 for a
oh my gosh,
order.
Incredible. I felt like it was $19.99 all over again.
That's wild.
Indeed. Well, hey, speaking of getting wild, I think we're ready to pop these bad boys open again. Dalmatia Hotel, Tonawanda, New York. I want to say 14207. I might be messing the numbers around. They might be in the wrong order, but the price is right. Take a look at these bad boys. Now, I did have a sneak peek, obviously. The first thing I noticed, the sauce, not very strong. There's no swamp, there's no sauce on them, but the aroma I got from them on the way here, pretty strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they do, it's not like the 33 Speakeasy wings or the Union Pub wings that we have where they were bathing in the sauce. But I don't mind that. As long as it's
definitely
on
not.
The wing itself.
The sauce just has to make an appearance, and the spice has to make an appearance at some point in the game. It's like a trick play in football. You just want to see it, and you want to enjoy it.
Yes. And I like when the spice sneaks up on you, like sort of creeps up on you a few seconds after you take the bite, as opposed to that initial hit. So let's see what we got here.
See what they're cooking with. Dalmatia Hotel. Good crispy bite on first one.
So we have a guest reviewer on the show.
Hey, this is Buffalo Wing Review, not the B movie. Stay out of here.
I'm liking this.
Very solid wing.
Nice amount of crispiness to sauce ratio.
Very crisp, and the sauce does make an appearance. It's not overwhelming, but it's there.
Let's see how this blue cheese does.
Okay, strong blue play there by Supreme. Not his typical move. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It's nice. It's good blue cheese. I'm guessing that that's probably a homemade one, but can't verify. And is this? Now we know that you're a celery guy. I'm a carrots guy. Am I seeing that there's 0 carrots in here?
No carrot play from Dalmatia. They do not care about improving your vision, as we were all told as kids that carrots made you see better. I don't know if that was ever true. Just like milk gave you strong bones, but now milk's bad for you. Everything in 2019 is on its head. It's just crazy.
Zoning in on the score here. I mean,
I need one more, and I'm gonna go a drum to see what's going on.
Well, I wish I hadn't picked up this one. This one, for you viewers at home, there's something going on where there's not really a whole lot of meat. It would appear that there would be.
Very deceiving.
But
You hate to be Decepticon by a wing.
hate to see it. Doesn't taste bad. Just kind of looked weird.
Like Buffalo Bills first round pick Aaron Maben. Everyone thought something more was there. All right, what are you zoning in on, Supreme?
I'm zoning in on an 85 for these wings. They're above average. I was hoping for a little bit more spice, to be honest. There was a spice there, but it wasn't what I would expect out of a medium. Albeit that third wing was not the best indicator of the score, but I thought the other ones were good, and I overall enjoyed the wing.
Okay. We're here at the Buff State College 125th anniversary wall. We're going to have the 150th anniversary wall in 2021, would it be? Yep, 2021, so that's coming up. Got a lot to look forward to as a Bengal. We were looking forward to these Dalmatia wings. They were pretty solid. They had a strong start. I'm going to run them in at a Bruce Smith, 78. Not the best, but very solid. The sauce played very well on its own. It's just the wing, it wasn't anything to write home about, I guess, at the end of the day, which kept it from being in that upper tier, the 80s and the 90s. So I could easily see them putting up an 85 or a 90, but this round for me, 78. Bruce.
Absolutely. Well, one thing about Dalmatia, I know we got the medium wings here. That's what we're testing out for season 1. But they do have a lot of different varieties of flavors and sauces. Well, it could be a spot that you'd see make a repeat appearance on the Wing Review in future seasons when we go into a little bit more variety.
Oh yeah, when we go into the variety flavors, when I was in there, someone told me I had to get the Bam Bam sauce.
Whoa.
Sounded very intimidating, so it'll definitely be something to look forward to in the future. For now, Dalmatian, not a bad rating. They're going to be right in the middle of our scales there, and we'll have to see where they come in with the price index once we measure it up.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, $9 for a single order of wings. That's the lowest that we've had so far, so I would expect, Swanee House, for example, had one of our lowest quality ratings, but they're towards the top of the value charts based on the price per wing. So,
and those were $10, so that definitely favored. That looks good for Dalmatian going into the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely stay tuned into @WingReviewz for more content and reviews going forward, because as always, we'll be looking for good wings now. Folks, welcome back to another blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host Supreme. This week, we're taking on a cult spot, if there ever was one, Kelly's Corner with 2 Ks. And Supreme, where are we here to do it?
We're here in the heart of Buffalo, New York, Delaware Park, part of the Olmsted system here. It's a beautiful night, and we're 1 week away from UB Bulls football action.
I can't wait for the Bulls. I'm ready to stampede right into Alumni Plaza, right into Alumni Arena, right to that football field like anyone else. I'm ready for Jar Pat to just unleash. I'm ready for LL Cool Play to spin a new set of records. Let's go.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be an interesting season for sure. Losing so many key players in the offseason, getting scooped up by a variety of NFL teams, Tyree Jackson, Anthony Johnson, to name a couple. But, I don't know. Do you think that the Bulls have what it takes to replicate last year with LL Cool Play?
It'll be a matter of time to see if they ultimately do have what it takes, but they're in the exact spot they want to be. Coming off a blockbuster season, pretends the best season in UB history, and we're going to see if they can follow up with a legit sequel. And I think that LL Cool Play and the gang can do just that.
Absolutely. And the other thing that we have to look forward to is the Buffalo Wing Festival coming up. We got the Wing King at the helm. We have all sorts of activities planned. You got to be sure to keep it locked on WingReviewz for the coverage all weekend long. We're going to be getting exclusive interviews with some of the competitive eaters. Word has it that Joey Chestnut,
a certain man named Joey, might be doing a little chill down with the boys at WingReviewz. You never know.
Yep. So we'll be on the hunt for him, giving you all the exclusive content. So keep it locked right here. And Maniac, we have the Kelly's Corner medium wings here.
Oh yeah.
You ready to get into these?
I'm ready to unleash. Let's go.
All right, here we are.
Let's see what we got. Ooh. Okay, right off the bat, looks like a little bit dry, but you never know if the sauce is there until you actually try. So
right, there's a little glaze of sauce on the bottom.
Okay.
We got blue cheese. We got, what do we have? 2 carrots, no celery.
We got 3 carrots, 3 mini carrots. It looks like. So yeah, one was hiding. But Kelly's Corner, 2 Ks. Let's go. Very solid crunch off the bat. It feels like a buttery sauce if I'm starting to know my sauces.
Jeez, this is a huge wing. I mean, definitely a buttery sauce. Not quite as buttery or as crunchy and crispy as like Swanee House was, for example. Very juicy.
Very juicy, great meat, very crispy on the outside. This is going to score well for Kelly's. Crazy spot in there. I mean, geez, you've got a crew. I think they were talking about someone getting deported, and then someone at the Kelly's Corner bar, their friend got West Nile, and they were just wondering how that was even possible with it not being in the area. And they're like, people travel, man, hotels, airports, it's crazy. So be on the lookout for that West Nile, folks.
Wing number 2. I thought I was going to be eating that first wing all night.
I got a humongous drum. These drums must just be crazy.
What are they feeding these chickens?
Now the medium sauce is a little lacking. I'm just gonna say right off the bat. It's not really there. There's something there, but there's no spice to the medium. It's a sauce, but there's no spice to it.
Completely agree. These wings are very juicy. They're tender. Every bite so far has been great.
Everything underneath is perfect for the wing. I would say the meat is great, and there's a ton of it, and it's good quality.
Yeah, the crispiness. I'm liking that.
Yep. I'm gonna make a rare move for some blue here.
Wow.
Ton of meat on these. I was a little down on these at first because of the medium sauce, but it's hard to argue against such good quality meat, crispiness, and a ton of it.
And there's no celery. The carrots are kind of lacking too. Not a big veggies place. Kelly's Corner, not a place to go if you're on a diet, that's for sure.
Definitely not. Not a place for Atkins people.
What do you think? You locked in?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let them know. What's their score?
It was tough at first because, like I said, I wanted to be a little tougher on them with the lack of sauce and everything. But ultimately, I think these wings are just short of some good sauce of being truly awesome, spectacular. To be honest, the crispiness is there, the meat's there. So I'm gonna bump them up to a Peerless Price, Terrell Owens, 81 out of 100 for Kelly's Corner from me.
It's a fair score. I was thinking of going with a 79 for these for the exact same reasons. If we would have had a little more spice, definitely could have bumped them up into the upper 80s and the 90s even. But it was tough biting into them. You got everything you wanted underneath, but there was no spice to be had.
You like something in there at the medium. You like a little personality. That was the only thing lacking, and you can't fault it too much against them when everything else is checked off as far as the wings go.
Hey, I totally agree, and I mean, I definitely go back to the Kelly's Corner again. You know, to have a great time. It's a small little place. Get a great drink, single order of wings. You're good to go.
Great spot to go to, and most likely we'll stop again amongst this quest as we continue to look for good wings now.
Folks, we are back for the latest edition of the Buffalo Wing Review. I'm Supreme, joined by second half of the duo, Maniac, to review a staple of the South Buffalo Irish community, a local favorite with some killer wings, Doc Sullivan's. Maniac, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, and we couldn't be at a more iconic location here, the Botanical Gardens of Buffalo. You got people taking graduation photos, you got people doing wing reviews. Bottom line, Marv Levy would even say, this is the place you want to be.
Oh, without a doubt. And we've been... There we
said
go. You heard it best, folks, from local mother of a graduate, it appears.
Proud mother.
Proud mother. You got it all going on tonight on a beautiful summer's night in Buffalo. We've been blessed with some unbelievable weather for these reviews over the course of time.
I mean, it wasn't strong out the gate for summer as far as weather concerned, but it's obviously finishing strong. And speaking of prideful mothers, we're in the midst of some prideful Southtowners when it comes to this spot specifically, Doc Sullivan's. I mean, they show out for Doc's.
Yes, Doc's is always, on the minds and in the mouths of folks from the South towns. I know with Maniac and I, we're traditional North towners, but it's fun to kind of explore the other side of the city. It's interesting too, to me at least, how little each side knows about each other. But it's always fun to try out some new things. I know this is the first time that I'll be having Doc's wings. Not too
First
sure
time
about
for
you,
me as well.
but I know we've learned quite a bit on our quest so far. Was there anything for the folks at home that you would say, heading into this quest for the it factor, for the perfect wing, is there anything that new that you've learned about wings along the way? And what would you like to share with the fans?
I mean, basically, obviously, it's all about finding what makes the perfect chicken wing. And before that, you got to find good wings now. And when this quest never stops, it's all about finding those unique factors, the it factor, that substance. I thought crispiness was a universally approved thing when it comes to chicken wings, but then you meet a guy like Pat Moran who likes his wings chewy. And this is a guy who's reviewed almost 60 places and a wing connoisseur in himself. So what this quest is showing me that the longer and harder we search for what makes a perfect chicken wing, the more opinions and broader perspective we're going to gain.
Yes, the more you learn, the more there is to know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how the saying goes.
Well, the more you learn, the more you realize you'll never know. Almost like that.
Yes, and that is what I had meant. One thing that I learned myself, more of a technical aspect, was how important it is to have good ventilation on the styrofoam container for the box. So, as you all know by now, maybe you're finding out for the first time, we've been doing our orders to go to keep things fair and ethical. A lot of folks from around town, you can't always make it to the restaurant. Maybe you got to run home to your family for dinner. Maybe you're meeting up with a mammy perhaps, and you can't be in the restaurant live time. So that's helped us keep things ethical. But as far as the ventilation of the box, I have found that, you know, when the styrofoam box is ventilated, it does lend itself to the overall quality of the wing. You remove that whole aspect of the wings maybe getting steamed in there for too long, or losing some of the crispiness of the wing or the integrity of it. So that's one thing that I've learned along the quest.
And I mean, what we've seen amongst this quest is just enthusiasm and passion. I mean, we're becoming a professional sports game. We just had a flyover here at the Botanical Gardens, and I can't wait to see what happens next. As always, these Buffalo Wing Reviews sponsored by West Her Auto Group. 24 locations across Western New York. Make West Her your spot for a new vehicle today.
Yes, indeed. Without further ado, I'm ready to get into it.
Let's let this lady start tuning up. Let's see what we're working with here.
There we go. And once again, this is Doc Sullivan's on Abbott Road in South Buffalo. First impression, what do you think?
Doc Sullivan's, I'm loving the look of them. Look very crispy. I'm seeing like some flavor maybe into the wing there. Got a little side sauce here. I'm going to rub it against, and I'm going to tee her up here.
Cheers.
I was completely wrong on the crisp factor. My first bite was a little chewy, but you know, chewiness is not necessarily a damning factor. You can be chewy and obviously have a good wing.
I disagree, at least for the first drum that I picked up. Definitely a crispy wing, and immediate impression is that the medium sauce is definitely what you would want out of a medium.
The medium's come into play, that's for sure. It's not hidden in the background.
No. And that's another thing along our quest thus far. We've gone straight medium, single order of wings at every place that we've gone on our quest. And I would say I'm a little underwhelmed with most places.
Yeah. We've learned that a lot of the venues that we've gone, their medium has no identity. I mean, it's almost like there's just a kind of buttered on glaze on the wing. Whereas you have a place like Macy's Place where their medium is like its own unique seasoning and flavor that took me on an adventure I still haven't fully recovered from.
Still dreaming of those Macy's wings. Truly phenomenal.
No doubt. We'll see if these Docs live up to it. I'm getting a stronger crisp out of the second wing.
This blue cheese is interesting.
That's another thing we've been getting talked about. We learned about, you know, the ventilation and everything like that, and we learned that people are really passionate about the blue cheese. I mean, you and I weren't coming into this, but people look at the blue cheese as almost as much a factor in the wings as the wings itself.
The blue cheese, I can't say I'm a big fan of it. It almost feels like it's sat in the fridge for a little too long.
I'll go in and I'll see if it was too fridged.
Let's see if you agree.
It's lost its like bite. Right?
Yes.
It's like a flat blue cheese.
It's a flat blue.
Yep, absolutely.
That's not good.
Nope. Because you know what a flat blue cheese almost tastes closer to? Ranch.
Ooh.
Very damning.
Never that. Not a big majority drum ratio here. Didn't know what I wanted to say. But I think we're at a 6-4 ratio. It seems like a lot more,
strong drum ratio in there. What do we got? Are we working with any celery here? Yep, we got a little celery underneath. And what did the producer bring for today?
So typically, I'd be very upset about straight celery underneath.
Producer, what do we got over there?
Some carrots?
Brought from home carrots. Toss them on in here.
Yep.
We've learned on this quest, sometimes you only get celery, sometimes you only get the carrots. We want to make sure we got both. We got the carrots here ready to go. Supreme, up on that bad boys.
Shout out to producer Al for doing a phenomenal job. Both behind the camera.
Talk about a guy who's exceeded expectations.
Bringing the snacks, just thinking of every different way that things could go wrong, planning accordingly.
Ooh, I don't like the look on that wing.
Yeah, that's...
Let's see, we'll take a bite.
Looks like it sat in the fryer for just a touch too long. Ooh. Yeah, what? Is that green on this side?
Yeah,
That's...
I'm out.
Ooh, that's not good.
Not good for that one. I'm about ready to zero in here.
Yep. I'd have to agree with you. Maniac, you want to give the folks your score?
Yeah, Doc Sullivan's, the medium was great. I'm going to give it credit for that, and I think that'll probably validate it a higher score than it's going to get. I'm going to lock in an Eric Wood, a 70 for these Doc Sullivans. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit better, but the medium sauce really carried these wings to me. Without these medium sauce, they may have been lower in the 50s, but still obviously a good wing and one that maybe we'll try again down the road.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to be a little more critical of these wings. I'm zeroing them in on a yolk and hash 55. This blue cheese, starting off with that, not good.
Not good.
The discoloration on that last wing that you picked up, even though I didn't bite into it myself, I'm glad I didn't.
The bite was okay. I didn't count the discoloration towards good, but you're right. You don't want wings that are the wrong color.
I mean, if I saw that, I wouldn't be eating it. I saw,
you got to be a little crazy.
I'm sad that you took a bite into it. I don't know. The medium sauce was there. That was the saving grace. But you know, some wings were crispy, some wings were soggy. There's no consistency there. I hate to say it. Love Doc's. We'll be getting drinks there soon. But their wings, yolk and hash 55.
All right, 55 and 70 for me. So we're a little bit apart. But it sounds like, as far as the BWR is concerned, this quest continues.
Without a doubt. And as we say,
good wings now. Welcome back to another blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host Supreme. We've gathered here today to review, just below the equator, South Buffalo, Blackthorn. And where are we here to do it, Supreme?
We're here at Cazenovia Park, the home place of Patrick Kane, future Buffalo Sabre.
That's huge. That's huge.
We got a lot of stuff going on in the park tonight. We have some kids doing a little skateboarding over at the casino over there. We got some mammies doing a little yoga a little bit closer to us, and we have walkers just hawking massive loogies right onto the sidewalk. Watch your step, folks.
That loogie that she hawked was so big, Don Paul included it in his recent weather report. That's all I could say. But you know what? With that said, I'm glad to be in the home of Pat Kane territory. The South End's here at Cazenovia Park. And I mean, to be honest, the only thing I'm more excited for than these wings is coming up this weekend, the Buffalo Wing Festival. Let's go.
Yes, I couldn't be more excited. Big shout out to the King himself for hooking us up. We're going to have all day access, both Saturday and Sunday. So we'll be there all weekend getting exclusive content for you. I don't know about you, but what I'm most excited about is the fact that the King appointed us as guest judges for a whole variety of different wings, flavors, you name it. So I'm really excited about that. But Maniac, what are you most excited about?
Well, I know I always like other people's opinions on wings, but I want to get something outside the bubble of our perspective here in Western New York, because what the King does is he brings in wings from international locations, and I've been hearing some from Wyoming in honor of Josh Allen for this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people bring from across the world to Salem Field and this Buffalo Wing Festival.
I'm really excited. Can't wait for all the content. And speaking of content,
oh yeah,
we have some delicious looking content inside of this styrofoam container with the proper ventilation, might I add.
Great ventilation here.
Once again, we have Blackthorn over on Seneca Street that many hold near and dear to their heart throughout the Buffalo area, whether you're a Larkin employee, Patrick Kane's parents, or just a regular citizen. I'm ready to go. What do you think? Should we crack them open?
Yeah, let's check them out. Let's see what we're working with here.
Ooh-wee.
Man, you're getting a fat aroma right away from these bad boys, and I mean, you can see the sauce from here. There's no pool at the bottom. There's not spread along the side. It is on these wings, and I'm ready to see what this medium is all about.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think I'm ready to dip into this, and so we have a nice ratio of carrots, celery. We got just a balanced order of wings. Very
balanced order of wings here that we're seeing. So let's go. I'll let you pick up. I'll give you the first overall, which is always a coveted position. I'm gonna kick it off with a small drum, and let's be on our way. Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're looking for. This is a hot medium. I'm just saying that right now.
It's definitely a hot medium.
And it's got like, it's that sauce that's thick. It's not like just like a splashed on sauce. Like the sauce has character. It lingers. It hangs around for a while.
No, there's no dripping off of the wing with this sauce. You know, similar to Union Pub, or maybe it's on a maniac's mouth. Who knows?
I just drooled. It was not sauce dripping. It was my own drool. It came down the side of my face. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to be responsible like that.
Hey, well, with this sauce, this is the type of medium. Whether you're going maybe mild, medium, hot, one of those traditional hot sauce type flavors, this is what you want in terms of consistency.
Oh yeah. Yeah, medium has a really good personality. Wow. Blackthorn is piercing right through my heart right now.
So the only knock so far, I almost tried to pick up my second wing and realized that it was about a toddler-sized wing.
Okay. My first one was small as well.
Your first one was just like that, so I don't know how that's going to factor in just yet.
Yeah, definitely on the definitely not pterodactyl wings by any means, but there might be some falcon wings. We'll see. They're doing the job for right now.
I'm a big fan of the blue cheese. Not too sure if it's homemade or not, but whereas in our last review for Doc Sullivan's, their blue cheese
blue
seemed like someone left it out on their back porch for a few weeks and then put it back in the fridge. It's pretty bad. And very flat. It's a good recovery.
Very flat blue cheese. This blue cheese has personality.
There's just that little bite to it.
Oh yeah. Crispiness is pretty good. Not all the way, but pretty good.
It's doable.
Oh yeah.
It's not as crunchy as some of that we've had.
I don't do this often. I think I gotta go in for a fourth wing though, so I can really zoom in on what Blackthorn's offering here. Sorry to the producer, Al.
I need a napkin. These wings are. The sauce is great, but it's probably, as you might be able to see, it's all over the place.
Yeah, sauce is like a roller coaster. Like, it's dangerous being on it, but it's also thrilling when you get the right combination of factors.
I like that analogy.
Wow.
Let's see what this carrot's all about. This is a monster carrot.
Big time carrot. Big time celery, big time carrot. It might be messing around on the wings, but not the carrot. You got the napkins over there? Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, they're hiding.
Okay.
I think
Supreme, what are you gauging here?
I'm zeroed in on a Sidney Crosby 87 for these wings. The medium sauce was, as I said, perfect. A little bit on the hotter side. Really enjoyed that. The blue cheese appeared to be homemade. Whatever it was excellent. Just a good mix. It was very consistent. Wing to wing, had a lot of consistency here, so I'm going with an 87.
Sauce was great. Crispiness was applicable to a level you want it to be. I think the only thing holding these back from being an upper tier wing with a great pasty sauce is the size of the wings itself. You're getting a great presentation. The blue cheese is good. I'm tough on this one. I'm gonna go with a Chris Kelsey, Phil Hansen, Ryan O'Reilly, crack the upper tier, 90 for Blackthorn. I mean, they did it. I wanted to keep them out. I was looking for any excuse to keep them out the size of the wings, but they were just enough to get there, and they deserve to be in the 90s for sure.
That's excellent. Pretty consistent scores for us on that one. Definitely a merit roll average performance, but I think a great value out of Blackthorn. I would hope that you can count on this consistency week in, week out, placing orders there.
Week in, week out for sure. And you gotta just, I mean, these are very good wings. I was sleeping on them, but now I'm awake. I'm not hitting the snooze button anymore when it comes to Blackthorn.
Hey, well, as we say, I think the only thing left to say,
I think we found it. Good wings now. folks, welcome back to another Hollywood video, nope, blockbuster episode of Wing Reviews. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host Supreme, and it's Wing Wednesdays here at Salem Field, and we're set to review a special spot.
Absolutely, Consumers Pub at the park here at Salem Field, as Maniac mentioned. It's a beautiful summer's night, wing night.
Wing Night, Wing Wednesdays. Make sure if you think you're a good wing reviewer, send us your videos and let's see your best reviews of some of the spots we've been, maybe some of the spots we haven't been, because we're getting a lot of haters, but I'm not seeing a lot of doers. Consumers, Pub at the Park. Let's go, part of the Wing Wednesdays push on, and these are some great looking wings. I mean, they're off the buffet, so that's obviously no, and we're gonna look at our price index, so it was $16 for the buffet, but I was able to put 16 wings in the to-go container, so $1 a wing, pretty good rate.
Per wing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, unleash it on me.
Alright, well, these are moving with an Eric Moulds, Buffalo Bills Eric Moulds 8. I like these wings a lot. I mean, for a pub wing, for a buffet wing, at $1 per wing, great blue cheese, great veggies on the side. The spice was there, the size was there, but the crispiness wasn't, and that's why I can't go higher.
The reason I was blown away was not because of how high your score was. That's because I'm also locking in a James Lofton, Eric Moulds 80. First time on the Wingers. I was there. I had it in my head, so I cannot go back on it. We are teamed up. These are 80. These are 80s. I would not mind ordering these from any restaurant. I'd be satisfied. I mean, eating these at a party or much more at a buffet. I am very sad. Good wings now. Folks, welcome back to another blockbuster episode of Buffalo Wing Review. As always, I'm Maniac, joined by my co-host Supreme, and we are at One Bills Drive, New Era Stadium, ready to try out a special spot if you've ever been to the stadium, Supreme.
Oh, O'Neill's Inn. Loving it. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, coming at you with a special edition, the season opener episode, Buffalo Wing Reviews. Really excited to get into the wings, but before that, Maniac, you know, this is a big time of year. Excitement is at an all-time high. The trust-o-meter is 10 out of 10 right now. What's your favorite traditions getting back into the game day ritual for the Bills season?
I mean, to be honest, I hate to say this, it's just seeing people let loose because they are so nervous, anxious, excited for these Buffalo Bills. I mean, the Bills make people act like they never won. The song is true. They make you want to shout, and they make you want to do a lot of other things, which is why it makes game day so special. You never know what you're going to see on that day.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is truly the calm before the storm.
No doubt.
It's hard to believe that being here, you know, before all the debauchery of a home opener tailgate, for example, it's hard to imagine that this is the same exact place.
Yeah, seriously.
You know,
I mean, it's literally the calm before the storm.
Yes, but looking out, seeing a sea of red, white, and blue, you know, a couple weeks can't come soon enough when the Bills host the Bengals for their home opener. I'm really excited for it. I mean, I don't know where you'll be. I typically am in the grass lot on Southwestern, one of the few sacred lots that are left after the infractions that were placed on many of the tailgate lots.
Well, the tailgating world is going to evolve, and I look forward to going around it entirely, kind of like a Ferdinand Magellan of the Bills tailgating world. I can't wait to see this place week 3. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be insane, and it's going to be the spot to be. And I think it's just about time to crush these O'Neill's wings, just like Tremaine Edmonds is going to crush Sam Darnold on Sunday.
Oh, yes. Wow, look at these.
Initial look, I see some spices on them, not a ton of sauce, but you know, you can't judge the sauce until you taste it because you never know what's lying underneath.
Oh,
cheers. Good outer crisp, real good outer crisp.
Good crisp. A little rubbery on the inside of the first drum here. See how the second bite goes.
Mine's just above rubbery, so like the crispiness and the underneath is okay. It's working.
Second bite was much better.
I'm liking the spice from the medium as well.
It is a little nice little spice. It's lingering.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't
It's
get
hanging
right
around.
away. But it's hanging around.
Okay.
Wing number 2, I'm getting this blue cheese.
An interesting shaped drum, but I'm not going to judge anything a wing by its shape.
Yeah, the drums are very atypical in shape.
Oh, really crispy and really good though.
They are very tasty. Delicious blue cheese. That is good.
Wow. I need one more, but I am zeroing in on these. Like Josh Allen's going to be zeroing in on all of his targets on Sunday.
Look at this flat going. Look at that flat. That's a monster right there.
Blue cheese is looking good.
Hey, take it dunk.
I'm going to drop it on the side and go dunk real quick with the celery. Quick Mercedes cleanse. Okay.
Yeah, go on finishing this one up. Are you zeroed in?
Yeah, I'm zeroed in.
Whoop. Oh boy.
Drop the cap. Hopefully,
Lid down.
hopefully dropping the cap at the cap won't be an issue. And we don't get kicked out of here for it. With that said, I am zeroed in. I like the spice that they presented. I thought they could have just been a little bit better underneath. The crispiness was good on the outside. The spice was good. Blue cheese was even solid from what I had. Overall, I am going to go Lee Evans, 83. Lock it in.
It's a strong score.
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much had the same rationale as you. A little bit rubbery on the first bite, but they recovered big time. Size was there, crisp was there, spice was there, and the blue cheese was phenomenal. But what hides underneath, I mean, that's the most important part of the wing. So I'm going to go slightly below that. I'm going with an 81 for these wings, but they were very tasty. Could be a great addition to any one of your pre-game routines out here at New Era Field this season.
Oh, O'Neill's is a must-stop-by spot. I mean, it's as necessary to stop by as it is necessary to continue this quest looking for great wings.
Yes, indeed. Well, without further ado, there's nothing left to say but
Good wings now.